What's up, everybody? Brian couldn't make it today, so it's just me and Michael.
Me and Michael. What's up, everyone? Woo! Halloween made it for Speculation Map version 2. I feel... How do I look? Can y'all hear me? I don't even know.
You put the... There we go.
Oh, this is crazy. Woo! I saw it like completely spike down. That was funny.
Oh, no.
All right, so how you guys doing, by the way? What's up? Welcome back to the channel that takes you through the fog. This is...
Yeah, take that off.
That's ridiculously hard. Anyways.
You should have done the whole thing with it on.
I was thinking about doing the whole thing. We're not doing the whole thing. Okay. All right, well, that's all I got, guys.
The hat and this, you just look like a...
I just got back from cleaning services.
Cars.
So how's everyone doing? You guys having a good time so far? Give it a second here. Everyone's getting ready. Also, I don't think I'm going to be doing that ever again. So that'll be that's the first one and only.
One and done.
I think I wore that for like 6 minutes or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm
getting ready for it.
Michael the Legend. Well, anyways, what's everyone? Welcome back to the channel that takes you through the fog. Hope you guys having a good time. We are ready to talk about the second version of the speculation map done by HN Nightmares. And a lot has changed. Now, we did recently post a video a few days ago. I think it was Sunday. We posted a video of our speculation or the speculation map, our thoughts, as well as like some things that changed. But we didn't really go into far detail with our thoughts. We try to keep those videos kind of short, simple, like, hey, this is what's changed, this is what's happening, boom, that's it, what do we think, whatever. Because we really want to do these lives where we can talk a lot longer with you guys. So it's not like an hour-long video. Well, this is an hour-long video, but it's not like I have to edit an hour-long video. That takes me forever. But anyways, speculation map. There was 4 different houses that were changed, 4 that were scrapped, 4 that were brought in, and 1 that we think that just had a name change, which was Seaside Village into Dead Man's Wharf. I'm actually going to go ahead and pull it up on the screen here for you guys to take a look at. So this is the actual map done by HN Nightmares for the second version of the speculation map. And as you guys can see, we have Stranger Things, The Horrors of Blumhouse, we got Dead Man's Wharf, Bug House, and the amazing Wicked Growth 2. The amazing Wicked Growth. Now, those are the ones that are changed. We still have Underground Creatures. We got Mummy versus Wolfman, Halloween, which, of course, that's why I had to rep the Michael outfit. We have The Weekend, and then El Chupacabra. So those are the ones that stayed. Like I said, Dead Man's Wharf is a name change. It's the same thing as Seaside Village, but Dead Man's Wharf was an actual scare zone back in 2000-something. I think one of you guys know. If you guys know which year that was, please.
Someone probably knows.
Yeah, please leave in the chat. Let us know. But we're going to go ahead, and before we get to y'all's comments and everything, I do want to say hello to everybody who's in the chat right now. So excited to have you guys with us. But before we get into y'all's questions and talking with you guys, we're going to just talk about our thoughts and opinions on the changes for the spec map, and then we'll wrap up the video. When I say wrap up, it'll be like 30 minutes of us just talking with you guys and pretty much getting questions. Also, Hondo is here. So if you guys were here in our last stream, you know he's causing a lot of issues. So be prepared for that. So, but anyways, first house we're going to talk about is Stranger Things. Now, I'm super excited for Stranger Things. I love Stranger Things. I love the aesthetic. It's 80s, retro, synthy kind of stuff. That's like my vibe all the way. So really excited to actually see Stranger Things in the lineup. But if you think that Netflix just brings one property to the event per year, we know that we lost Fear Street from the first version. Now, a lot of people upset, a lot of people happy. It's very split.
I would have preferred Fear Street just because I think it's a little bit more horror than Stranger Things is. But this new season of Stranger Things looks like it has a bit of a different vibe. It looks a little bit scarier, darker. So hopefully some of that comes with it because, you know, if the second Stranger Things house that we got in Orlando was really, really good, then I'd be excited for another Stranger Things house. But just wasn't the best. So it was probably one of the weaker houses of that entire year. So I'm hesitant about it. I just don't want a lot of like still scenes with like no actors like they had in the last house.
2019.
And I don't like when it's more focused on, you know, this is what the set looks like, or this is what this scene looks like. I would much rather have it actually be like involved. And like have like scare actors in there.
I think that was the biggest downfall was to Stranger Things season 2 and 3, which was brought in 2019 as a house. The biggest downfall is there's like still scenes. Like you'd walk in and there would just be mannequins and all, which, I mean, it still looks cool. I mean, they nailed the way it's supposed to look, right? But you go there to have the engagement with the scare actors and all that. If you walk in with a still scene, it's like anybody can do that. So honestly, to see that HHN did like still scenes like that, I'm gonna say it's kind of like half-assed in my opinion, for them to be able to pull off these houses that they can, and then to do still scenes like that. Now, of course, having 11 levitate, it's hard to get a scare actor to levitate like that, but you don't have to have that scare actor levitate. They could be standing there because, you know, it could lead up to that scene. But it was really disappointing to see some of those still scenes. But if we revert back to Stranger Things 1, season 1, from 2018, the same year they had Halloween 4. If they had a house like that where there's scare actors all throughout the house, it was very well done. I think it's going to be a great house. It's going to draw a huge crowd. I mean, whether or not Fear Street is there or, at the event this year or not, Stranger Things is still going to draw a great crowd. Now, I'm hoping, and we've talked about this before, that they bring both properties, Fear Street and Stranger Things. If they do that, I feel like we're going to have a lot of peak nights in crowd capacity, but Stranger Things.
I'm looking in the chat, and most people, like, it seems like the consensus is that people would rather see Fear Street, which, like I said, I agree with. I would much rather see Fear Street than another year of Stranger Things. I feel like 3 Stranger Things houses is a little much.
I get that.
I mean, it depends on this season. It depends on this season too, because if this season, you know, we have that new character that made an appearance in the trailer, if we have that and, you know, some new scenes and
new characters,
new like scary things that can be put in there, then I think that's great. If it's just like, you know, more Demogorgons and Demodogs and stuff like that, it's like, okay, we've already seen this, you know,
like Halloween. But
yeah, I feel the same way about Halloween.
Halloween's great though. I mean, Halloween's good.
I would much rather have Scream than Halloween.
Yeah, that's another conversation. We're gonna get into that. But the majority of people that we talk to, they'd rather see Fear Street. And people ask me, they're like, oh, which one do you want? And it's like, honestly, like, why not both? I feel like Fear Street, you know, it came out last year and all. It would have been perfect to have it. You know, I love when HHN brings these properties into the mix, like the same year that they came out. I think that it's relatively like new. Hey, come here. I'm so sorry, guys. Hold up. Here comes Hondo. Come here. Go lay in your bed. Go lay in your bed. We talked about this.
Here, let me. I'm gonna get his.
Okay. Go ahead. All right.
Sorry.
You're good. All right. So Steph's it. Like I said, guys, we got this baby we got to deal with. But where was I? So now I forgot where I was. Anyways, the Fear Factor. Oh my gosh, Fear Street came out last year with that 3 series, like movie series they did or whatever, 3 episodes, but it was like movies. And it was very well received. And I wish that it would have came out in last year's event because it would have been like fresh. The same thing that I think with Stranger Things this year, if they do it off of season 4, I think it would still relatively be fresh, and that you would have that crowd still buzzing about all the episodes that came out. So that's why I like the idea of having it and just keeping it relatively like new and fresh and all. But at the same time, like if we had to pick one or the other, I would pick Fear Street just because I know a lot of people want to see it.
Yeah, that is a good that is a good comment that, you know, if the show comes out and it does flop and they've already kind of planned an entire, you know, house around it, they're kind of stuck with it. And then, you know, people might not really care to go to that house or even come to HHN because they don't really care for the show. We know Stranger Things is probably not the case because we know people love Stranger Things.
Yeah.
But that does make sense for like Fear Street, which was new last year. last year, right? Yeah. So that does make sense. And they do, like, HHN starts planning, like, next year's event in November. Like
during the current event.
Yes.
Like, while, like, for instance, HHN 31's going on, they're planning HHN 32. And because of 2020 and everything closed down, I feel like they're even further ahead of their planning and all, but it depends on their IPs, like contracts and stuff like that they come into problems with that could change things, which has in the past. So it all depends. But that's Stranger Things. I'm actually excited for it. I hope it's going to be good based on what the trailer looked like for season 4. I think it's going to look nice, but a lot of people are upset with Fear Street being off. So now I do want to pause right here. We have Lily, who's watching right now for her first HHN, 5 years old. I'll tell you, you got a lot more bravery than I do, because
I love it.
Yeah, that's like Stephanie right there. Like, you were what, like first grade? You watched your first horror movie, Halloween.
Yeah,
it was me. So, well, hello, Lily. Thank you so much for the $5, by the way, guys. We really appreciate it. But moving on to one that I don't think is actually going to be on this map. I think they just kind of threw in, and that's the Horrors of Blumhouse. Now, we've had Horrors of Blumhouse before at the event, multiple years. We've had houses, we have scare zones, but now this year it looks like it's going to be speculated for a house, and it's the Black Phone.
Which I did. So we recorded that video, and right after we recorded it, I looked up the Black Phone, and I was like, oh, I do remember this coming out.
We both saw a trailer for it. We saw a trailer for it during Scream 5, I think.
I know. No.
It was the kid with, it was like it wasn't a black phone, it was actually a red phone and all too, right?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I
feel like we did.
I do remember seeing a trailer and all of that. I never saw it though. Honestly, like, this is bad, but anything with like Blumhouse in front of it, I am wary to see it. I wait until the reactions come out first, and I hear some people talking about it before I spend the money to go see it, or I wait until it's on like some streaming service or something. Yeah. So I didn't ever see that one. I did watch Freaky though this last Halloween, and it was fun. It's not scary.
Yeah, it's all right. Movie, I mean, it's like, the idea and the concept of it was
there's some
comedy.
There's some good kills in it. So if you like slasher movies and like kills, there's some good kills in it. But I don't see how it would be a good.
So real quick, the Black Phone, it's like child abduction or something like that, right? Am I wrong on that? Let me know if I'm wrong on that. But I feel like with the Horrors of Blumhouse, I feel like it's just a filler. It's something that's obviously it's a big, well-known name, but the Black Phone and Freaky, those are two completely opposite types of movies. I don't think they're going to put that in a house together, as well as like the Black Phone, like itself. With child abductions and stuff like that, HHN was going to bring Cindy as an icon one year, and then there was a increase in child abductions going on in the local area, and they stopped that also. I don't know how that would do as a house. So I feel like HN Nightmares kind of threw that in there. Now, of course, they know way more than we do. We're just like guests. We like to look at the spec maps and enjoy everything going on. But I feel like that is just a filler to fill the spot, and it's going to be something else.
And also, we've had like horror. You're talking about the Black Phone, but with Freaky, we've had kind of like horror comedy type houses before that aren't like Beetlejuice or like cult favorites, where like another Blumhouse one, which was Happy Death Day, which wasn't the best well-received house, unfortunately, because I was in that. But
PTSD.
I feel like it's kind of similar in the vibe, and I just don't see how it would do well as a house. So not a huge fan of that one. Yeah.
We really don't have much to say about the Blumhouse stuff.
Yeah.
We don't feel like it's actually going to happen. I think they just threw that in there to throw us off, I guess.
Yeah. So Chris did say the table saw scene from Freaky. Yeah. There are some really good like kills in that movie, but it's very I just feel like it has a bright vibe to it. Like it's not like super dark or anything.
Excuse me.
Because it's literally like a teenage girl and a man switch bodies.
I guess.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I'm sure they'll be able to. If they do it, I'm sure they'll be able to make it good.
Hopefully they don't do it. That's all I'm going to say. And then moving on, we have Dead Man's Wharf, which I don't know if somebody put it in the chat. If you guys can remind us, I don't know what year that Scare Zone was, but that's supposed to be a house, supposedly, speculated for this year. And I'm actually really excited for this. The location that they have it for is in a soundstage. So anything in the soundstage, they're able to completely like go all out in. They have the most space possible. The most budgeting is going to go into those houses. I don't know if that's entirely true, but since they have more space, more than likely the budget's going to go to those. So I feel like Dead Man's Wharf would be cool. It's a different aesthetic compared to the rest that are on this list. So I'm excited, but that's all I know about it.
Yeah.
And then we also want to go ahead and this guy, Jim Daniels. I've never heard of this guy before, but how much stock do you put into these early maps? Good job as always. Jim, we're cutting you off now. We remember what happened last time. We, again, seriously, really do appreciate it. But how much stock do we put into these maps? If we had to say, like, out of a scale of 100, I probably put, like, 30% into the maps. Until
the early maps.
Yeah, the early maps. I think
like
once
50.
we get into, like, mid-June, then I'm at, like, 70-ish%. And then July, to me, it's like everything is pretty much spot on except for name changes. But the ideas is
by the last version, it's like 90%.
Oh yeah.
But the first like version or two, I would say 50 because I feel like half the houses end up making it. So I would say 50.
Yeah, a lot of people like. I think we do get some messages from people. They forget that this is just speculation, but the people who make this HN Nightmares, they're actually very accurate every single year.
Yeah.
They're not an official source. Me and
I
Steph
have a feeling.
Yeah, we have a feeling it is HHN. But
I have a feeling it is HHN, like the creative people who run like the Twitter account and stuff.
Yeah.
And they just do it to kind of like stir up like conversation and like, I think it'd be a great marketing strategy.
I think it's cool. I mean, I don't know. They could just they're really good at what they do. But we look at it and we don't want to get so excited. I think what makes us excited about these speculation maps is the fact that there's a speculation map out.
Yeah, we can talk about it.
Yeah, like HHN stuff. Let's talk about it. It's coming. People are getting ready.
Yeah.
I think that's the one thing we take away from it. But other than that, like the house is listed. Cool, we can talk about it, but it's going to change. I mean, just like it says right here, I keep this map pulled up on the screen as long as possible for you guys so you can keep looking at it and for the people coming in and out and everything. But they always say, like, remember, this is based on current speculation and will change as the season progresses.
Yeah.
I think at least maybe 30% of these houses are going to change. I say 30%.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's for that. But Underground Creatures, we're not going to talk about. That was in it in the last one. Mummy, Wolfman, Halloween, Chupacabra, Weekend. Those were all in it last time as well.
Yes.
But Blumhouse is the next one on the list. Now, if you guys,
I'm hoping that that's like not literal and like there's
like
something else to it, because if it's like actual bugs, I will not go through that.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to go through it. I mean, we may go through it one time and say like, all right, we did it. And
when we go on Forbidden Journey, I close my eyes throughout the entire spider scene because I will have like full body shivers and like gag. I can't do bugs.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I know people have fears of like ghosts and clowns and all that stuff. But I think the number one fear in life is just bugs.
Yeah. Like
certain bugs. I mean, it's just, to me, it's like the sounds and just
it's like
the feeling.
If any of you have seen like the original Creep Show, like the section where it's like the guy with all the cockroaches coming out, like if it was like anything like that, I wouldn't be able to make it through.
Yeah. I don't know. The bug house, we don't really know much about it. It's probably not like just bugs. It could be something related to like some type of like bug or whatever. Like, wasn't like the fog like big bugs or something like that? What?
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, there were bugs.
Yeah.
You mean the movie The Fog?
Yeah.
Yeah, there were bugs.
Yeah, so it could be like even them pertaining to an idea or concept like The Fog. It's just they put Bug House original, just something themed around that. We have no idea. Also, Jim Daniels, I don't listen to well. LMAO, love to support good people. I I don't know. Is the mic working? Did we tell him to stop? I think we need to say it a little louder. Jim, seriously, we really appreciate it. Thank you. And honestly, thanks for calling us good people. At least we look good on the screen, I guess, as good people. Behind the camera, we're fighting the dog all the time, and he's fighting us. Anyways, thank you again for also, the dono bomb.
Aloha Jack said that was a 2016 zone. Dead Man's Wharf.
Oh, Dead Man's Wharf. Okay, perfect. 2016.
We did have a house where they put like an entire, like the facade was like an entire ship.
Mm-hmm.
And they even had like you'd like walk on the ship, and I feel like that kind of vibe would be really cool.
Yeah. Or like a place that's like very abandoned and it's like overrun with these creatures and like some chemical leaked out, some lab or whatever they're studying, and like Spider-Man's there and stuff, just
Spider-Man.
What is it? A menace. I don't know.
Sure.
Okay, all right. We're getting back.
Move on. Okay.
Off top.
Wicked Growth 2. We can just move right past that one because we don't really care about
it. Get out of here. Wicked. Wicked Growth 2. Look, guys, Wicked Growth. What a house. Like, I know we posted a lot. Hold up. I gotta bring up some photos and videos just because it makes me so excited. Wicked Growth 2 was, or Wicked Growth 2. Wicked Growth 1. Go ahead and show the sticker.
I don't know if the lighting's a little weird.
I can see a little bit.
That's my little boo sticker.
A little bit. Here, hold up. I got you. Go ahead and put it back up.
Oh, there we go.
I believe in you. It's
the.
If we get off
we
camera.
Don't have it on autofocus.
Yeah. But then I mean, best house. I'm just putting it up real quick. But Wicked Growth was one of the best houses we've ever experienced. It was just like a traditional Halloween vibe. All those pumpkins, that pumpkin tunnel, the music, the witch, like, gorgeous. I mean, everything about it, like, it's like it was Halloween. Not like HHN, but it was like Halloween itself. They found a way to bring the holiday into the event perfectly.
Yeah.
And be able to create their own story about it.
I think one of the, like, one scare, and if you guys watch, like, all of our videos, which I'm sure you all do, you'll know that I don't like react in houses. I love going through haunted houses, but they don't really scare me. I get maybe like a little jump, but I don't really get scared in haunted houses or like get the jump scares. That's one of the first scares in Wicked Growth where it's like the fence, but then the guy came through the fence.
Yeah.
The first time we went through that house, that got me really good.
Yeah.
And the guy that came from over the top got me really good. That was probably one house that, like, not only was just gorgeous, but also, like, had really good scares. Normally, it's kind of like one or the other, but it was gorgeous, had really good scares, and I feel like the scare actors were always, like, on top of their game.
Yeah. Now, that was Wicked Growth. Amazing, yes. Right? Real quick, I'm gonna. I don't know if you guys can hear this. I don't know if you guys can hear that. Missed that. That's October 31st, 2021, the last night of HHN.
Oh, yeah. Elizabeth. And the bridge effect was really cool. We actually, when we did the Behind the Scream store, we actually got to do that with, like, it turned off. Mm-hmm. So it didn't have, like, the lights and
none of the show lights
and
were
everything on.
Yeah.
So you could see, all the mirrors. You could see exactly how they do it. And it was really cool.
Yeah. It surprised me how they were able to make 10 feet look like 50.
Yeah, I actually even forgot that we weren't on a bridge. Like I literally like had gone all season because that was October 29th that we did Behind the Scream store. So almost at the very end, and we were going over it and it like clicked and I was like, "Oh my god, we're on ground." Mm-hmm. And Brian's like, "Yeah."
Always been on ground.
I thought for some reason I thought we were on a bridge, like actually on a bridge.
Yeah.
So that part was really cool.
They did, and remember that was in a tent, one of the sprung tents in the back. Yeah. So it just all of that was perfect. Yeah. Elizabeth, thank you so much, by the way, for the dono there. So excited for Wicked Growth 2. We're excited. I'm just happy that it's on the spec map. Now I do want to bring this up real quick from Chris Does Things. 0% chance, right? Now, I think there's a 1% chance, but we do feel like this is a far stretch to have Wicked growth, especially back-to-back original ideas like that. It's not entirely impossible. They've done scare zones into houses back-to-back years before, and vice versa. So they could potentially do this, whether it's a house or a scare zone or even just a theming, because it is Halloween Horror Nights 31. The last night on Halloween, or the last night for HHN 31 is Halloween. Halloween runs on the 31st every single year. So that number 31 is iconic to the holiday. And in my opinion, just running through like my own thoughts and opinions, if you go to Wicked Growth last year, you listened to the witch as you were entering the house, and she said that he rose Halloween. So on Halloween days when he rose up and he became the Pumpkin Lord, all that, that's the theming for the house. But how perfect would it be for Halloween being HHN 31? And the Pumpkin Lord became the icon, and he had his own house. Maybe not Wicked Growth 2, but like the Pumpkin Lord's own house, and he, does whatever Pumpkin Lords do. I don't know, cool. Try to dress up and become like Santa Claus. Pumpkin-y. But yeah, it's all like pumpkin-y and everything. And it's, the Pumpkin Lord's the icon for a traditional HHN year. He's got his own house, or maybe even a street or something like that. Yeah, so cool. That's why I feel like there is a slight chance. But Chris does bring up a good point that, it's such a good house and it was well received by a lot of people that HHN is on the fence of like, do we want to put it out there and risk it not reaching this height? Because if it does, you are gonna. I will say
if they do a second one and it's not good, it would be a huge disappointment, kind of like Stranger Things, because Stranger Things the first year was so good, everybody wanted another one, and then it just wasn't that great.
Okay, 31% chance. That's a lot better. I like that. Chance. I'll take it. 31% chance is the way to go.
But yeah, they have had like, streets to houses that it just didn't translate as well to like a house. And then they've had like Stranger Things, the second house just wasn't as good.
Yeah.
They've had, The Purge was in a street, and then when it went in a house, it wasn't quite as good. And
yeah, at least in our opinions. So
yeah, and just like general reception
from what we've heard. I think the ones that done really good was Killer Clowns. It went from a street into a house, and it was still pretty good.
Yes.
So I feel like going like that was a good route.
See, I thought they did Trick or Treat from a street to a house, and I didn't get to do Trick or Treat when it was in a street, but I heard that it was like amazing.
Yeah.
And
see, I was vice versa. I did it when it was in the street. I didn't get to do it as a house.
I did it as a house. I wasn't a huge fan of it, but I know people liked it. I don't really care for the movie, so maybe that's why. But I wasn't a huge fan of the house, so I don't know. Depends on your opinion, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I honestly I think majority of fans would love to see Wicked Growth 2 as a house. And even if I'll be honest, even if they did the exact same thing as they did last year for HHN 30, I'd be happy. I'd be happy to go through that house again all year round. And I don't want to hear that there's no chance on that, Chris. There is a chance. We had the HHN Light, which had the Bride of Frankenstein Lives and Tooth Fairy and Beetlejuice. Technically, that's a very weird situation. Yeah, it's a weird situation, and I don't think that's gonna happen. But don't say never when
it has happened.
It's happened. Also, a Barney house would be fun and scary. I think it'd be more scarier than anything. I honestly, when I was a kid, I was terrified of Barney for a bit.
It's like going through the Barney section and then the Curious George section.
Oh, that area
like
is
creepy.
It's a little weird. Going through that kids zone at night during HHN, it's
kind of weird.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that.
And then you go through it during the day, and you're like, this doesn't feel right.
Yeah,
it should be like creepy.
Yeah, I don't know. Kids things during like Halloween stuff is really a little.
Woody Woodpecker.
Oh yeah. So Chris is the highlight of the night right now with this. Woody Woodpecker speculation map. Now, HHN did kind of throw their own like little creative spec map at HN Nightmares, who made their second version, and it was just all like Woody Woodpecker themed stuff. So that'd be interesting to see how that done. But anyways, so that is it for the houses based off of what came in, what was scrapped, and all that stuff. But we did get a street. We got Scarecrow the Reaping. Well, Scarecrow the Reaping was a house in 2017, but the street's just called Scarecrow. It's going to be in Central Park, which we think it's perfect. We said it in our last video that that aesthetic, which was a well-received house as well, would go perfect in Central Park. They can put a lot of like corn and like hay and stuff and make it really feel, you know, on top.
I'm ready for Central Park to be like traditional Halloween again, because I feel like it looks the best when it's like that, and not because like it's perfect with all the trees and everything for like a wooded theme or something like that. And we had Gorewood, which we thought, you know, that's perfect. Like Gorewood would look really cool there. But I feel like it was almost too dark.
Yeah.
Do you agree?
No, I
feel like it was almost a little too dark to where like you couldn't see the scare actors.
Like to an extent, like I enjoy that area being really dark, but I think when they had the pumpkins on the trees, it just it was like it was just beautiful, right? I mean, just pretty. That's another thing about Wicked Grove. What was so great was that pumpkin tunnel. People just loved it.
Yeah.
However, like I was fine with Gorewood being that dark. It just Gorewood just did not do good in our opinion. Like unfortunately, we were really hoping for that. I think they really butchered the Terror Queen, and it's just that was just unfortunate. But
yes,
we did like the triggers that they had though. For the scare actors to hit the triggers and come out, we noticed that they got a lot of scares. So and that's also another like audio, like some kinetic that they can add to the scare zone to give some other audio features and all. Because sometimes that scare zone is pretty quiet compared to the rest.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing.
That's true.
Now, other than that, we also got a show, Unknown. The show's called Unknown.
Unknown.
Because it's unknown. But the bigger thing, besides it being a second, show coming to the event, which we expected, not surprised, is that it's at the Fear Factor building, which is good news. But at the same time, this is speculation, so we don't want to get our hopes up. However, we feel that they are going to use that building for a show because the demolition got canceled or delayed or whatever. And nothing's happening to it.
There's nothing going on there right now.
Yeah. So why not use it? And at the same time, the Men in Black tent is speculated to be at the event as well. But a lot of people said that it's not coming this year. We've heard people saying that it is. On the speculation map, they're showing that location is. However, they have not started construction on that tent yet. From sources that we talked to and stuff, no construction yet. Which
Men in Black?
Yeah, Men in Black, which is kind of alarming. But
I feel like that's always the last one.
Yeah, they can.
Well, not last.
I think once June comes into play and that tent has still not popped up, I think then I'll start worrying because there's times where they've last minute changed the concept of that house and been able to pull it off. But
and normally at least the building is up by this time. You can kind of see like the tent,
but it's not even up right now.
No.
So that's the only thing that's a little worrisome.
Yeah, we shall see.
But other than that, that's the changes that we have on the map, which it looks good. I've been telling people that it feels more complete for us, not just because that it has the scare zone in there and another show. It just feels like with the actual houses in there, it feels more like an HHN year. The last version, like it dropped and we were like,
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I feel like
we were just expecting a lot, I think.
Yeah, we were
like, it's be
our
like
fault.
An icon, and they're gonna have two parks.
I mean, that's what we do, and that's our fault. And honestly, I think that's what majority of the HHN community does. We get so excited, so pumped that we start throwing these ideas like Gremlins. We start throwing ideas like that. I mean, Scream is more of a possibility, but like we're gonna get into Gremlins here in a second and Scream. But I feel like we throw so much excitement into that happening. Like by January, that when HHN's starting to put their stuff together, they're like, yeah, these guys are gonna get a little upset.
It's just a normal year, guys. This is not anything crazy.
So it is a little bit of a bummer. But Scream though, I feel like Scream still has a good potential to come to the event.
Yeah. With the new movie.
With the new movie. Of course, we don't know whether it is or not. We could just be talking smoke. But Gremlins, I want to talk about Gremlins for a little bit. Gremlins is a great idea for a house. It'd be a fun Christmas aesthetic, houses that have that Christmas vibe where it's like snowing or like not even like Christmas, just when there's like it's like snowing, because
or like another time of the year,
like winter season. Because in Florida we don't get that. So I think that's a cool aesthetic for us to walk into the house and be like, whoa, like look, it's snowing and all that stuff. Like just like Yeti, Terror of the Yukon, like just like The Shining, like moments like that's really cool for us to experience. And the Gremlins would be a perfect fit for that. It's like a comedy horror type of house,
campy.
like a campy, yeah.
What's the campy house?
Oh, year? Exactly, yeah. So Gremlins would be that campy type of house, and it would feature a whole bunch of puppets. And that's where we think the problem comes to be. But it's not impossible.
It's not. And honestly, like, I feel like houses with a lot of puppets, like, puppets can be kind of scary because you don't know, like, which one's going to move and which one's true. Not. Like, think of, like, Seeds of Extinction. All of those scare actors were all, like, just blended into, like, the wall or something. Like, so there weren't any like
ghillie suits, and then you had a couple. I think there was a few puppets in there.
Yeah, too. So you didn't know where they were going to come from, and I feel like Gremlins could definitely be like that. And especially, I think we've talked about this before, either in a live or a video. But especially if they have like the green like skinny Gremlins, in Gremlins 2, those things are kind of creepy looking. So they could definitely
even the whatchamacallit, like Gizmo looks creepy looking to me.
Gizmo's cute.
Yeah, I think it's creepy a little bit, but
no,
that's me. Hey, Gremlins would be a fun house. It's not impossible. I just think that for them to go down a route of doing it and getting a lot of people to do like puppets and stuff, it's not on the top of their list. I think I think they have other types.
Oh yeah, so. Krampus too was another like snowing or Christmas house, which everybody loved.
Krampus. Amazing house. I never got to do Krampus though.
Me neither.
Yeah, neither of us did. But a lot of people told us that Krampus was a great house. But yeah, Gremlins. That's what I got. I don't think it's. I think it could happen in the next 5 years, potentially, but I don't think it's happening this year. I don't think it's even close to happening. If it does, then awesome, cool. Like I'm not going to complain. But I think we got to the point where we hyped ourselves so much that we wanted it, and when we don't get it, we're like, ah. So I think that's on us.
Thank you, Michelle and Elizabeth. Gizmo is adorable. See?
There you go. Gizmo's adorable. There you go. All right, Gizmo's adorable.
Looks like a little Furby.
Yeah. I don't know. They just creep me out.
Everything's creepy.
Like little things like that creep me out. But
I do want to say someone like way up said that they want like an A24 house instead of Blumhouse house.
Oh yeah.
And I would absolutely love that because I love A24. But I feel like it's not like mainstream enough, and I think it's also not family friendly enough.
I think it's very dark. I think A24 is like a really like
too much.
A24 type of movies are more on the darker side of horror. Which I mean, horror is horror, and
some of them.
Some of them, yeah. But it's not impossible. I think A24 would be great to bring into HHN.
I've talked about this so many times. I would love to see a Midsommar house, but I don't think it's possible. And I would love to see Hereditary, but I also don't think that's possible because I think it would traumatize people.
Yeah, but they've also done like Sinister and Insidious, which is kind of type like Hereditary in a sense, right? No. I've never seen any of them, so.
You will never see Hereditary because then I will not sleep for a week because you'll keep me up.
Yeah, that is exactly what I do. But yeah, I think A24 would be great to bring to the event and do houses like Midsommar. They can even do like a scare zone of Midsommar in a way.
Yeah, right? they can. Yeah, they could.
Because didn't they do that one scene outdoors with the fire?
They could do that. They could have like the May Queen, and then they could have like the bear suit, and then like the pretending like you know what I'm talking about.
I don't know any of this.
The bear suit and like the scarecrow guy, and like they could have all that like as a scare zone. It'd be kind of cool, but it's at night, which makes it like not accurate.
Yeah, but I think the time of day would be all right. Maybe.
I don't know. I don't know that A24 or like the company running that would be okay with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
they have
probably.
To have everything approved.
They want it to be good. Yeah. But
anyway.
I do think A24 will be coming to HHN in the future.
In some capacity.
Yeah. They have good films from what I've heard, from what Steph told me.
What's that one? The Lighthouse? We need
The Lighthouse.
to see that one.
Yeah, that's one that we have on our list to watch.
Yes.
So that is one of them. Now let's see. So that's pretty much it that we have for the speculation map. We have Scream and Gremlins, which talked about possibly coming into the event. A24 movies coming in the future, we believe, down the road. We have a secondary show, which is a Fear Factor. We got a one scare zone. What was it called? Oh my God, I'm forgetting. Scarecrow. Scare Zone, Scarecrow. I'm getting all my words confused.
Mm-hmm.
And then we lost Fear Street. We got Stranger Things, and then a couple other ones. But that's the speculation map version 2.
Yeah. I was trying to look up the speculation map from like the last version from last year because someone asked how accurate it was. For the last version, I can only find the first version.
For what? Last year?
From last year. That's not right.
Oh.
I can only find the first version off the, quick search. But you can look it up. If you look up like HN Nightmares speculation map, like HHN 30 on Google, they should pop up. And I think it's like probably 3.0 or 4.0. I can't remember.
Last year's speculation is a little different though, because they started in 2020.
Yeah.
So like
true.
it carried on for 2 years, which is a little weird.
Yeah.
But this year, I think this year is going to be pretty much spot on with what they have. I think they're on it. So
Chris is cracking me up. We burned down a building every night of HHN for Midsommar. Then he also said, isn't it kind of amazing that HHN has never burned down a Twisted Tater tent? I think that they have, like safety precautions in place for that.
Oh, big time. I hope they do.
Oh, Case Files was the only thing that wasn't on the list. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Case Files was because it was Billie Eilish, I believe, right? And then it turned into Creep Show and then Halloween 3 potentially.
It kept,
and then
rotating.
It became Legendary Truth. And then it turned into ultimately Case Files. So, which we love that house. Yeah. We heard ups and downs. People were like, but we enjoyed it. I like the idea of it, which is nice.
I think if you understand the backstory, you like it. But if you kind of go in and you're like, you don't know the backstory at all, and you're only going through it like one time and you don't get to look at all the detail, you're going to be like, what was that? Like, that made no sense.
Now, I do want to put in here a little question for you guys to respond back to. Now, out of all the houses that you guys see from speculation version 1 as well as version 2, which house do you guys think is like, which house would you guys like to see more than all of those? I'm talking like both version 1 and version 2. And then out of all of them, which house do you think is going to happen the most? Like, I'm interested to find out what people want to see the most.
I think 100% The Weeknd is happening. I think 100%.
Yeah.
Just because he's tweeted about it.
And what do you guys think about The Weeknd? Like, are you guys fans of it?
I feel like we asked this the first Speculation Map Live, and I feel like there were like maybe 2 or 3 people that said they liked the idea, and then pretty much everybody else was like, meh.
It's up there. We know a lot of people that love The Weeknd, and I don't care for him. Someone
said, I think El Chupacabra will be based off of Case Files and be like a specific case file. That'd be cool.
Oh, yeah. There was, that's a good point, Jackson. There was a comment somewhere. I can't remember where I saw this. Like a week or 2 ago I saw, and somebody was saying that one of those original houses is going to relate to Case Files. And then somebody mentioned El Chupacabra, and because it's like the lore and all that stuff. So they said that it's going to be tied into Legendary Truth and kind of follow up that noir story of Case Files, which would be really cool. Like, we would like to see, we like the idea of having like Legendary Truth come in and do some other things with like Boris Schuster and those like background stories. I think that's really cool, especially because if you guys remember Case Files, when we went in, it started present day, and then it went through his novels from the past. And then that last room where you exit out of, like, that was back to present day, and this guy like released something. So there's a continuation to that story. I don't know if El Chupacabra is going to be that continuation, but it'd definitely be in that same realm, possibly, which would be really fun. Like, we'd enjoy that. Saw something?
I lost the comment that I was gonna.
Oh,
Halloween is on the both speculation maps, but which Halloween? We're thinking that's going to be one of, if not both, the newer movies.
I think 2018.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
possibly the one after that because it's all kind of one story.
Halloween Kills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it literally picks up right where it left off.
I think it'd be perfect if they did Halloween and Halloween Kills 2018 and 2021 version as one house. I think that would be perfect if they did that, and then 2 years like they do normally, 3, 4, whatever. Then they can do the final chapter to that, and then down the road bring like a Halloween 3, maybe another original Halloween. Michael Myers, because it's the same thing every year whenever they do a Halloween themed house. But Michael Myers, that's the guy who kind of started, he kind of started it in a sense. If that makes sense.
A little bit, yeah.
You had the classic monsters who started like horror, and then you had like Michael Myers that started like the
Slash.
he's technically late 70s, what, 78, I think. Something like that, right?
I don't remember.
But it started like the slashers and like that style of movie, and like brought a different feeling to people who watched in theaters. And I feel like having him always to the event is always a good, nod to it. So
yeah.
I don't know. I enjoy it. I like it. That's just me. I don't know how you guys feel. If you guys don't feel that way, then, bah humbug.
There was one other one that I saw.
A lot of comments here.
Found the HHN 30 version 3 speculation map. The only thing that was different was the case files and Shudder instead of
Crypt TV.
Yeah,
that's what it was.
I forgot what it was called.
Yeah, but no, yeah, they were pretty spot on.
I would love to see some Shudder stuff. We just Brian's gonna tell you he didn't care for it, but we just watched a Shudder original. It's with Nicolas Cage. It's called Mandy. It's weird.
Have you guys seen the movie Mandy? Or anybody watch Shudder? Have you guys seen the movie Mandy? Because
it's crazy.
Somehow Stephanie got me into. Actually, I'm cutting you off. I was gonna have the video up for you guys Saturday, and the reason why it actually got delayed to Sunday morning, not only was I having issues with Premiere Pro, but Stephanie had Mandy on, and I was like, I'm
gonna watch this movie while you edit, and then he ends up just turning around and like watching the whole thing with me, and he was like, the whole time. Even
when it ended, I was just like, what?
Yeah,
that's like almost like what The Shining did to me at the end of the movie, where I was like, that was it? What happened?
Yeah,
that was the whole feeling that I had for Mandy.
It's definitely very weird. It's short. There's honestly not much plot to it.
Yeah.
But it is Nick Cage at his most Nick Cageiest.
Oh yeah.
So if you like Nicolas Cage,
if you guys want to see that,
especially like the Wicker Man Nicolas Cage, like just off the wall, you'll like it.
It was weird. Now coming from like a video perspective, because I love taking videos and cinematography and all that. There was a lot of like different like cool elements that they did that I was like, whoa, like that. Would have never thought of it. And there was one scene, I don't want to spoil anything. That entire movie I thought was just like, we got done with it. I'm sorry. I was like, that was trash. It was a waste of my time. But there was one scene that I was like, whoa, like there was something really cool that happens in that movie. So if you get a chance, watch it. And I think you'll see, if you watch the specific scene that I'm thinking of, or at least I'm saying, I think you'll know what I'm talking about, where you're like, what? Like,
I don't think anybody watched it. But it's crazy. I did see somebody commented Malignant would be a good house. And I watched that movie. I watched the majority of it by myself. And then Brian came in at the very end when you see the twist happen. And
Malignant?
Yeah, don't say anything just in case people ever watch it.
I don't remember.
I was sitting out there and you came in and saw me watching it.
Oh my gosh.
And he was like, what in the world is happening?
Was that with the...
Yeah, don't say it because it's a spoiler.
Okay.
But you should watch it if you like horror movies. It's kind of campy. It gets ridiculous, but it's really good.
I feel like lately a lot of horror movies that have been coming out are very just wacky. In my opinion, people are losing original ideas. That's all I'm saying.
See, Aloha Jax. Mandy was very psychedelic. He liked it.
Yeah. I mean, there were scenes that I like, graphically it was just like, whoa, like it was very saturated and there was some cool like effects that they put in that I thought was really nice. But like the overall, like, I don't know. It's just very I felt like I was just tripping the whole time. I was like, what is going on? I felt like we were being dragged along this, and like Nicolas Cage was forcing us to watch him go crazy. Like that's what it was.
It was very abrupt. I will say that.
So, but then I also want to put this on here from USMC Two-Face. Krueger definitely needs to come back. Now, we know a lot of people that have been, a lot of people like Michael, right? A lot of people love Michael. A lot of people love Texas Chainsaw Massacre, like the originals, Jason, Freddy, like those guys, Ghostface. I think Freddy Krueger should be one of our next slashers that we get back. We know that. I'm gonna put this back on, but yeah, I think Freddy Krueger is gonna be that next slasher that we do get because it's been a while since we had him. When was the last house that we had at HHN?
Freddy versus Jason.
Right? Was it that? We've never been a year that they had Freddy Krueger as at least a role.
No, but I would love that because you have a lot of things you can play with in the house because he's in your dreams. So you have like all these crazy scenes and like different things that you could put in the house that would be really cool. I put this up real quick because Mr. Disney King said, how the hell would they make the Hereditary car scene? Now, I've never seen Hereditary, so if you haven't
I can't give you the answer.
No spoilers. Nobody spoil it, but I don't think that they would do. I really don't think that they would do that.
Is it that bad?
Yes.
Wow. Golly.
No, I don't think it'd be possible. I don't think it'd be possible.
Okay, all right. No Hereditary ever. That's talked about too much in this house. So, but yeah.
Yeah.
Now I'm trying to think of like other horror movies.
Freddy versus Jason was great. The House, I'm assuming.
Yeah. I'm gonna check the battery. RIP battery, guys. If you know, you know. Oh yeah, it's getting low. Oh
yeah, I think it'd be cool if they kind of like icons last year, and it seems like Freddy versus Jason was like this. Like for Wolfman versus Mummy, it's like depends on when you go through who wins at the end. They
kind of change it up.
Yeah, I think that'd be cool.
Which is neat. I'm not really big on like ideas like that, but I mean it's like partially like I like those ideas and I hate them at the same time. It's the same thing to me like icons last year because it's like, oh, like every time you go in, you know the ending's going to be different.
Yeah.
So you get excited, like I want to see something different. Or you can have the luck that Stephanie and I have and see the same person 15 nights in a row. And you're just like, you see pictures and you hear things that people say like, oh, we saw like Jack or we saw Chance. And we're like, we keep getting the director, which that's fine. I mean, we like the director, but that's all I'm going to say.
Because I think this is.
All right. And when will Universal finally make an actual movie based off an HHN maze / house? It's time for films to start getting made from the houses. Amen.
Yeah.
Honestly, if you guys agree with this, please put it in the chat. Just say W. Just W in the chat for that. Because a film series on HHN would be really cool. They've done like documentaries.
There's one.
Like short clips. Like
there's
minute,
literally one.
And then they have like a longer one.
It's pretty good. It's about the one that I'm talking about is about like a bunch of different sort of like haunted houses. There's like home haunts and like the extreme haunts and all of that. I forget what it's called, but it's on Netflix. At least I watched it on Netflix.
Look at all these W's.
Yeah.
Hey, W in the chat.
I think it's also on Shudder, but I know that I watched it on Netflix. So you should watch it. It does feature HHN in there, and a lot of the people who make haunted houses on that show were saying like HHN is like the best of the best.
Yeah. I mean it is.
Yeah.
It's like it's not the scariest event. It's not. No. But again, scare levels depends on your own personal taste and stuff.
Haunters, the art of the scare. Thank you.
Yeah. I don't know what that is. You know what that is.
What? That's right? The show I was talking about.
Oh, okay, yeah. I was like, I don't know what that is.
I think it's a documentary, like it's a movie.
But yeah. So honestly, I feel like HHN and Universal needs to hop on that, and I think they either currently are working on it or they will be soon. I don't think they're never gonna like touch that opportunity. I mean, they do have Peacock as their own streaming platform that they can put it out. They have YouTube that they can put out. So I don't see why they wouldn't do that. Stephanie and I actually were working on ideas and stuff and pitching things, and we're hoping that HHN picks up with some of those things. So we got some cool future things coming that we're excited to tell you guys about. But yeah, so. Oh, anyways, have you guys seen the movie X? And do you guys think they should make Haunted House?
That's on my list. We haven't seen it yet.
You haven't seen it yet.
We saw the trailer for it. It's the one about they're like the teenagers making the like the movie.
Old lady.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'll never see that movie. I don't know.
I don't think that they would do haunted. I don't think that they would do an HHN house on it because it's a little too adult in nature.
Yeah. Remember, like HHN, but it's at Universal. It's a family theme park.
Yeah. They don't have like nudity or anything like that.
No nudity. Rarely do they even have scenes or scare actors that have triggers that say like curse words or anything like that.
Yeah.
HHN is actually a very clean event.
They say like
there's a couple, like, I mean, Ghostbusters is the one that I can remember that's like, we kicked its ass.
That's about it.
That's it. I mean, excuse my language, but I'm quoting. But yeah. Demonetized. Kicked off, banned. But yeah, like, I think, Universal keeps it family friendly because they know people do bring their families. They do bring kids. Yeah. We have one that was watching us right now, a 5-year-old, like, so they try to keep it, relatively to family friendly in a sense. So
this is a good question. Is the night of the 31st any different from the other nights at HHN? That is a good question. No, it's the same.
That is a good question, and yes, it is different.
How so?
Certain years it is different. Like, for instance, like years that they have shows and stuff like that. Like I remember the Jack show, whatever. They do something different. Sometimes the opening scare zone or its opening ceremony might be different, but it's been years since they've done that. No. Yeah, usually like all the houses, all the theming, everything's the same, but the feeling is different. Like when you go to HHN on Halloween night, it's like, like that's how it feels. At least I don't know.
It's really busy.
It's very busy.
If you're going on Halloween night, get Express Pass.
Yeah. Also, we are about 3 minutes from wrapping this up. I think the battery's going to die at any moment. Of course. RIP battery, if you guys know, we always have issues battery. We're working on it. This stuff is just crazy expensive, but we're getting there. But yeah, so the and actually single rider right here. One difference, it costs money. Way more. That is true. It really does. But the whole like atmosphere of HHN on Halloween night is a lot of fun. We've enjoyed it, but we've tried to tell people, like, if you're going for your one night, try not to do Halloween night because it is the last night. It's a rush. It's busy. We did have some of our viewers did go, but they've been able to enjoy it. They get things like Express Pass and other things like that help. But Halloween, like HHN Halloween night, so much fun, especially since it's the last night. Kind of hits you in the stomach.
Sad.
Though.
It's really sad.
Like the moment like the event ends, you walk out and you're like, so this is Christmas, and it's over.
Crying, and Brian's like, Christmas. And
yeah. Well, I get bummed out now too, but I do love Christmas, but I don't know.
Someone did ask when our next live stream will be, and we are doing these every other Tuesday night.
Yeah. So now I do actually before we're gonna wrap it up and stuff real quick because the battery is literally yelling at us right now. But for you guys who are enjoying the live stream, if you guys do enjoy the live stream, let us know. Comment down. But also, would you guys like us to do more live streams? Do you want to see a live stream every week, or do you like this schedule where it's every other week? We like the every other week because it allows content to kind of fill up in between. We can do like a few videos in between, put up a live stream back and forth. We feel like if we do a live stream every week, which would be nice, and we will get to that point. I think July and August, September and October, we plan to do a live stream like every week, and especially when we go to the event, we'll do live streams with you guys. But for the meantime, right now, leading up through the summer and stuff, we want to know, you guys want it weekly, or do you guys enjoy having it bi-weekly to kind of shake things up? Yeah. So well, let us know down there in the chat. Let us know before the camera decides to completely die on us.
Yeah.
It's like
yelling. Yeah, Elizabeth, we will definitely probably keep it to every other while there's not quite as much to talk about right now, and then increase the frequency as we get closer to the event. Yeah, we have a lot to talk about.
I think mid-July. I'm shooting for July 15th. Like that day to me is when we kick in high gear with HHN stuff. Yeah. And especially we have our second season of Countdown to HHN, which hopefully if things work out this year, not like last year, because last year we were moving around. If you guys remember, we got stuck in hotels for like a month almost. So that was difficult. But things work out for us this year. We're going to be bringing a new thing, just like we wanted to last year for Countdown to HHN, where we do like more lives. Every week there's going to be a live. I think like every Friday night at 9 p.m. or something like that. We'll do a live leading up to HHN. We're going to be doing shows where there's like guest hosts that we're going to bring on, interviews and things like that. So we got a lot of things that we're working on, but the lives will get more frequent. We also
might do a video where we tell our own stories about scare acting. We've been putting that off because I'm working for Universal right now, and we don't want to say too much, but come that time, we might be able to.
We will eventually. We know a lot of people have been down our backs about posting our own experience, and we'll do that. Well, you know what? I'll give you guys this promise. We'll do that video for Countdown to HHN. So we'll let you guys know more about it on that. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the live stream. We enjoy every single time we get to go on here and do it.
I'm gonna get him.
Go ahead. We're gonna have Hondo come on here, say goodbye to you guys and stuff.
He's sleepy.
HHN puppy. Got to get him trained before we leave for the event. Do you see it? Oh, you got him? He's like knocked out. When he sleeps, he sleeps.
There we go.
Hey, buddy.
He's sleeping.
Say bye here. Put him on the. Oh.
He just knocked it over.
Here, come here. Give me. Come here. Come here.
He's getting heavier by the day.
Yeah, he's gotten so big. Guys,
look up here.
He's like 40 pounds. All right. Anyways, so that's gonna do it for us, guys. We're gonna wrap this up and stuff before the battery dies. We don't want it to die. We're gonna work on getting better equipment and stuff as it goes. But we hope you guys enjoyed the live stream. We hope you guys enjoyed the second version of the speculation map. We hope you guys enjoyed the second version of the speculation map, but just know that we believe that a good bit is still going to change and there's more to come. And hopefully we get an announcement from HHN soon. We think May 6th. I think that's going to be the day. So May 6th is going to be our first house announcement. Hopefully. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the live stream. We're going to go. Here's a little man. Woo! Hey, we're trying to, you got him?
Yeah, I got him.
There you go. All right, but we're going to head out. Thank you so much for you guys joining. Thanks for everybody who gave us the super chats and stuff like that. We really appreciate it. But until then, we'll be posting at least another video next week and stuff. And then we'll have our live come up 2 weeks from now on Tuesday.
Yep.
So same time, same place. We'll catch you guys in the fall, guys.
Bye.
Bye. Bye, everyone. Oh, by the way, I know we said we're leaving, but for you guys that are still here, every time when Steph and I finish recording an actual video, at the end we always like do like random dances and musics, and we're always like, oh wow, oh he's breaking everything. But we always do like random like dancing and stuff. But yeah, okay, all right, guys. Hope you guys have a great time. Adios. Peace out, guys.